We're honored to invite Mr. Zolbayar Enkhbaatar, founder and chief executive officer of Capital Markets Mongolia. He's the principal organizer of today's event, and he'll be delivering the closing remarks. He has led the Mongolian Investment Forum series since its inception and continues to be at the forefront of connecting Mongolia's capital markets with global investors through CMM's advisories and deal-making and research and market intelligence services. Please put your hands together.
All right. So, thank you, Oka. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here today. So, it's been already our third time here in New York, but today is what we had is not just a forum, it's a part of longer process of positioning Mongolia in the global capital markets, and importantly doing this in New York. And we heard from policymakers, investors, business leaders today. I think a few things are quite clear. Global dynamics are shifting, supply chains are being redefined, and capital is searching for new frontiers. So, I also been in. I was in D.C. last week, and I heard from many policymakers from around the world. So, the strategic resources are becoming central to economic security now, and Mongolia sits right at the intersection of these trends, and also, but this is the key. Opportunity by itself doesn't convert into capital, so it takes consistency, it takes credibility, and it takes sustained engagement. So that's why we are doing our events annually. So that's exactly why we started doing this Mongolian Investment Forum 2 years ago, and why we are being committed to building it across New York, London, Singapore, and this year, first time in Shanghai next month. And well, if you ask me, which is the hardest one, I would say definitely New York, because we are far, and U.S. and Mongolia relationship is not commercially, I would say, still underdeveloped. So, we don't do much trade or investment with U.S. So, but that's exactly why we are here, because this city is a global capital hub, financial center of the world. So, if we are serious about accessing deep pools of capital, we need to show up consistently here in New York and build relationship over the time. So that's also how we met our global partner, StoneX, 2 years back. Right? So it's been a great relationship. So at CMM, that's what we've been focused on last few years. Also, if you ask, 2 years back, I'm asking myself, who do we even invite to the conference? That was our first conference. But now, you've seen today, you have speakers from StoneX, Franklin Templeton, Morgan Stanley, and many others. And then we already built a global network with over 500 institutions globally, and over 200 investment funds, and more than 50 investment banks globally. Mostly Hong Kong, Singapore, and Europe, and US. So we are building the platform around it. We don't just to organize events. We also provide market intelligence to our global network. We publish reports on Mongolia, including this year for the first time we published a Mongolia Deal Book 2025. It's compiling all the foreign investment deals in Mongolia that happened in 2025, mostly private sector deals. So you can access to this report on our website. It's free, and we also do regular Mongolia investors guide to Mongolia on Mongolia bonds, equity, and others, etc. So we just our commitment to educate global investors on Mongolia. So before we close, let me take a moment to acknowledge our key partners. I would like to thank our global partner Stonex team for being a consistent supporter of Mongolia, promoter of Mongolia. So, and also thank you, Golden Bank team, for your commitment to engaging with or caring about your investors. So, and of course, and Your Excellency Deputy Prime Minister Dorchand and Deputy Minister of Finance Holland for your active engagement and participation and your strong support. And to our international participants here, I would like to say that stay engaged, go deeper, and build some long-term relationship with Mongolian partners. And to our Mongolian delegation, I would say the signal is clear. The world is paying attention, but now the execution now matters more than ever. So, to everyone here, this doesn't end now. Like it continues in your meetings this afternoon, in your follow-ups next week, this week. So, and so thank you again. Thank you again for your active participation and your trust. So I look forward to continuing this conversation and welcoming you again in our other events in Shanghai, maybe London, maybe Singapore, maybe next year in New York. So yeah, thank you again.